Perspective is power, and it is always yours to choose. And so I was sitting here today reflecting on the idea of legacy, like what would I want to tell someone 10 years from now? And I kept coming back to two pieces of advice that I shared in a previous video on key number 10, how thought patterns create your reality. And those two pieces of advice were: assume positive intent and assume that you're missing information. And what I realized when I started thinking about this is I didn't really talk about kind of the broader concept that taps into, which is choosing the polarity of your perspective and why that matters. So I'm going to share a little diagram with you. Those who have been watching me for any length of time know that I love a good diagram. And I do actually even have a tag on my blog so you can find all my entries that include a diagram, because I love me a diagram. So I just want to talk about how you choose the polarity of your perspective and what that means. And so essentially, if we think of this as a timeline, golly, I really hope I'm doing that the correct direction. Okay, if we think of this as a timeline, this is your past events, okay? So your perspective is going to be how you interpret things that have already happened to you. And so we've talked about this before, because we've talked about, do you see things as happening to you, victim mentality, or do you see things as happening for you? Okay, so character building. They're for your good, understanding that the universe is serving you up the things that you need to grow into the person that you want to be. And so if you're coming at it from a positive perspective, you're going to be coming from that love-based kind of abundance energy. But if you're looking at it from a negative perspective, it's really fear-based and that victim outlook. So again, you're choosing your polarity, okay? So on the opposite side, we're talking about kind of the future and how you interpret what you think is going to happen, okay? So if you're operating from that expectation of good, okay, you're trusting the flow. You know that when things come into your life, even if they're challenging, that they are there for your good, that they are challenging because they are helping you to rise to the occasion, to learn something. And you don't feel like you have no choice in that matter just because they're challenging. And it doesn't mean that it's fun necessarily. I'm not going to say that. But at the same time, if you're able to shift that perspective, you are able to say in that very clear thought pattern where you are very open and expanded energy. And so you're able to stay in that place of, peace and joy and gratitude, regardless of what's happening around you. Now, if you're interpreting things through a negative lens, you're expecting bad things to come. You're spending a lot of time rehearsing your worries and all the things that you don't want to have happen. Your thoughts start to kind of spiral out and make no sense, and everything feels very stressful and chaotic. And it's just not a very pleasant way to live. So what determines both of these sides is your perspective, which really comes down to what we see in the middle here, which is the present moment. How are you going to view? What lens are you going to choose for viewing the things that are coming and have come, or are coming and have come? And this is where it comes back to something that I've shared before. What you focus on, you make room for. So what do you want to expand into your space? Do you want to expand into your space more things that you hate, more things that you're afraid of, more things that you're worried about? No, you want to expand into your space the good things, the beautiful things, the things that that stir you on, that you're passionate about and excited about. That's the things that you want to make room for. And yes, there's going to be challenges along the way, but when you rise to those, you can feel strong and like an overcomer. And those are the things that we may not enjoy going through, but that afterwards we're proud of ourselves because we came through okay. And so when you look at it from that perspective, it's really, really powerful. So be intentional in how you choose the polarity of your perspective.